the delegates who are joining us, different professors, teachers, students, research scholars from the different states. On behalf of our institution, I welcome you all. It is my pleasure to welcome all my colleagues as well as the non-teaching faculty. Once again, I welcome all of you who are part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghav sir. And then I would like to call upon our English department HOD, Dr. Prasad Rao sir, to do a leadership remark.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಇಂದು ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು ಕಾರಣಾಂತರದಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸಂಘಟಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವ 6 PG ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 1 ಇತಿಹಾಸ, ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 2, 3, 4 ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಘಟಿಸಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದವರು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯನ್ನ ಮೊದಲಾಗಿ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಅವರು ಆರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಬರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೈವ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಿಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಸಾರಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ನಮ್ಮ MSW ವಿಭಾಗದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದು ಇಂತಹ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳ ಸತತ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಿಂದ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಕಳೆದ 2 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಡೆಸುವುದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಿದ್ರು. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರುವುದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ IQAC ವಿಭಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುರೇಶ್ ರೈ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮೇವಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಮುತುವರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಚವಾಣ್ ಓಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು IQAC ಸುಪರ್ದಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುತುವರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಟೀಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷದ ವಿಷಯ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊಸ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ನಡೀತಾ ಇವೆ. ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕವಾಗಿ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗಳು ತೀರಾ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗಳ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸಹಜ ಅಥವಾ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಜೀವನ ಕ್ರಮ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ನೀತಿಗಳು ಏನಿದ್ದು ಅದು ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಬಹುಶಃ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬಹುಶಃ 2020 ಆರಂಭ ಆಗುವವರೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ ನ್ಯೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸಹಜತೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ಸಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ರೂಢಿಯಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಹೊಸ ಸಹಜತೆ ಏನು, ನವ ಸಹಜತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಜಗತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾಯಿತು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬದಲಾಯಿತು, ಹೇಗೆ ಬದಲಾಯಿತು? ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹರಡಿರುವ ಸಾಂಕ್ರಾಮಿಕ ರೋಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಗ್ಗಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೊಸ ಸಹಜತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣ ಬಹುಶಃ ಈ ಹೊಸ ಸಹಜತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಸಹಜತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ನಮ್ಮ ರೀತಿ ನೀತಿಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಯುಗ 2020ರಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಚಿಂತಕರು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರ ವಹಿಸುವಂತಹ ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಕಾಣಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇವರು ನ್ಯೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೊಸ ಸಹಜತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಬೇಕಾದ ರೀತಿಗಳನ್ನ, ಒಂದು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸರ್ವೆನೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಬಹುಶಃ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೊಸ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಆರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ನಮಗೆ ಆಪ್ತರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಇರುವವರು.
Thanks to Dr. Prasad Rao sir for your valuable remarks. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Duggappa Kajeka sir to give the introductions of the guest. The session is all to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce the resource person today, Dr. Robert Clive G. Dr. Robert Clive is going to address us on the topic of the webinar, Adapting to New Normal with Reliance, Resilience and Hope. As a coordinator of MSW of the Department of our college, it has been my pleasure to invite Dr. Clive to our college on many occasions. He has been always proactive and helped our department and the students to achieve academic glory. I thank him personally for accepting our invitation every time. I am unable to present all the distinguished achievements of Dr. Clive. Therefore, I will try to give a glimpse of his multifaceted personality as follows. Dr. Clive, after completing his Masters in Social Work from the University of Madras in 1989, with the distinction of being the best outgoing student of his batch, he started his career as a psychiatric counselor. Later, he completed his PhD from Mangalore University. He also holds a postgraduate diploma in counseling and MBA in human resource management. He has published 4 books on life skills and soft skills. He has more than 25 national and international research publications to his credit. Dr. Clive has completed 3 research projects sponsored by UGC and RGNIYD. His passion for reaching out to students, teachers, and parents has taken him to more than 300 institutions across India. He has conducted more than 400 workshops for people of different walks of life, including parents, corporate employees, and hospital staff. He is a master trainer in life skills. He has been a member in the panel of soft skill trainers of Central Council of Indian Medicine, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, New Delhi. He has 3 decades of experience as an academician, counselor, and a trainer. Dr. Clive has attended more than 120 national and international conferences in India and abroad, and he has been a resource person in many conferences. He is a member in the Board of Studies and IQACs of several institutions and autonomous institutions such as Mangalore University, Tumakuru University, Roshni Nilaya Mangalore, Manipal College of Nursing. Dr. Robert Clive is presently working as Associate Professor in the Department of Social Sciences, Crossline College, Brahmawar, Udupi. With these few words, I present Dr. Clive to the participants of this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dugappa sir. Once again, I'm happy to invite our today's guest and resource person, Dr. Robert Clive, Associate Professor, Crossland College, Brahmawar. Once again, welcome you, sir. The session is all to you.
So thank you. Now, I think we are connected now. So
Yes.
I must thank Dr. Dugappa for this opportunity to interact online. And I just also would like to thank you for a nice and kind introduction that he had. And I think also Dr. Prasad said a lot of things about me, but I just like to humbly say, I love to be called as a teacher. And that's something I love. So therefore, nothing beyond. Maybe a few insights or few experiences that I have heard. I just like to probably put it across to you. So beyond that, I just like to really be remembered as a teacher. So that's something as an introduction. I want to compliment the entire team led by Dr. Suresh Rai, the IQAC team. I think you are doing a great job of organizing these kind of webinars to connect to students beyond the subjects. So I think with that small note of thanks from my side, and also a great appreciation for the entire team for doing this kind of extra work, I would like to now move on. So I hope now I'm audible. Dr. Prasad, am I audible now? I can continue.
Yes, you're audible and very clear.
Yes.
You can also, it's just a suggestion, you can take off the other camera, with the side wing camera. Yes.
Done. I closed it. Okay.
That's better. That's better always.
Yeah. I think life is
Yes.
it's so difficult that there is no privacy now. Everything.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much. I think on the lighter note, So I think I just took this topic adopting to the new normal, and Dr. Prasad also gave a small introductory remarks on that. So maybe the next maximum I'll take about 40 minutes or so. I just like to really visualize things that are moving now, and also things that we need to really take care for the future. I think I'll just now start. Is that fine now? Everything is okay?
Yes, it's fine.
Yes, okay. Now, I just like to start with a small kind of question. It's a small reflective question. In fact, I just wanted to put it as a poll, but it's in the other laptop, so I'm not able to really connect it through the poll. But however, I just like to really ask you to reflect. What's your mood today? So maybe there are, starting from one, I'm so excited, and, second one is happy, and the last one is indifferent, bored. Probably some of us, keep the mobile on, we may be doing something else, and whatever. So in this 1 to 10, if there is something that is between 1 to probably 3, I think we are on the track. This morning, we are tuned to something. Not that Clive is saying something, but definitely it is because, there is some amount of mood that is created in us for actually a small change. Is there a disturbance from my side, sir? Is it a disturbance from my side?
From your side, some participants switched on the camera. Okay, it's okay.
Okay. Now, yeah. On the others, yes, sir.
Just a minute, Dugappa sir, please mute. Yes. Okay, mute please. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, on the other side, if you take about, I'm so indifferent, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, my God, what is this, all this going on, So I think these are two extremes. So if we are into the frustrated mood also, probably whatever I'm trying to share with you, I think I can connect to you. And probably if you are on the other side, if you're so excited and happy also, I can, connect to you. So let's really, whichever the mood that you are in, let's really move forward today for the next 30-35 minutes. So I said, I'm skipping the poll. Now, this is actually just a small starting point I would like to really share. I think when I understood that this webinar is mostly for students, so keeping in mind students, I'm sharing a few insights. And this is what we call once upon a time our college days. In the last 8 months, our students really probably, going through those memories of sitting in the classroom, or just getting into a bus, or playing, so many things that they do in the campus, they are missing it. And I call it once upon a time, because they are not able to really have these experiences now. Being in the canteen for some time, even if the bus or train, whatever it is, very crowded, they love, that is, that Josh is so much, they enjoy doing all these things together, be it, dancing on the stage, anything, but they miss everything. And all these are now things of the past. We call it before Corona or BC. Now, what has happened now? Corona enters here, and probably from the month of March, things have become very, very different. Life after COVID-19, look at this one. I'm just very symbolically presenting things. And what happened before, Corona and all that, the selfie, etc., getting very close to each other and falling on, one another. But now it is not possible, simply not possible. And wherever you go, whether it's a mall, even when you come to the college campus for your exam, the thermal scanner and then washing the hands. So things have changed. And we went through a lockdown, and the experiences of social distancing. Wherever you go, people speak about wash your hands. Now I'm speaking about the students' perspective. These are all safety measures, fine. But what has really happened to students because of this? The first reaction of the students in the month of March, when it closed, somewhere around 15th of March, wow, we got a holiday. Very happy, very excited. They never thought life is going to be like this. It was a kind of, early holidays for them in the month of March in 2020. But so this is a kind of an experience. I'm just trying you to visualize. Students really felt quite excited and happy. My God, wow, unexpected holiday for them. But this was short-lived, only for a short time. What happened after about 2 weeks? March ended. Life was turned upside down for our students. And when I say upside down, literally upside down for many, many students. In fact, I just like to really recollect here. I was attending a webinar conducted by NIMANS. A professor was saying, in the last 4 months, they had close to about 4 lakh distress calls, 4 lakh. And they had about, close to about 50,000 volunteers all across India. And, imagine it is 24/7, and they're saying most of them are young people. So this really tells us the real picture of how life has turned upside down, especially for young people. And this, I just put it as a picture. Some time back, one of the students known to me, he called me and said, I just like to speak to you. Yesterday I tried, I couldn't connect to you. I really had a terrible thought of even committing suicide. So immediately I took the number of the helpline, and I spoke to the person on the other side. 1.5 hours that person engaged me. I felt much better. Please, my dear students, and perhaps a few teachers who are attending this session, I think this is one of the key things that we need to really take note, not just our academics, not just our, the completing the portion at this point of time, the emotional disturbance our students are going through. So I think I'm just setting the tone for what I'm trying to really share. So when I talk about the new normal, I'm really trying to reach out to the students, what they are going through, their struggles, their confusions, and their concerns about the future. So what has Corona done to the world? And life is not same anymore, as Dr. Prasad said in the beginning. And these are a few things that I'm trying to really tell you. And even yesterday, the IMF chief economist, Dr. Geeta Gopinath, was saying, things are going to be really, really very dismal for a long time. It's unexplicable. Vietnam is doing well, Bangladesh is doing well. A few small countries are doing well, but we don't know what's happening to the entire world because it's unpredictable. The global economy is shrinking, and many people don't want to travel. Productions are halted because nobody is buying anything. And the government statistics says more than 2 crore people who are from the organized sector, they have lost jobs. Many places, salary cuts. We changed our priorities. No more we are going for luxury things. And there is a big emergence of gig economy. See, now there is a save by Flipkart and Amazon. They are taking employees, workers, just for about 2 months. Gig economy means contract economy. They just take for a few days or a few weeks or a few months, it's all over. There is no security of job. Now, these are going to really continue for a long, long time now. This is all the, the disruption caused by Corona or COVID. Now, all our life has changed. And look at, I think, sometimes we used to get some, forwards people have uploaded on the YouTube. Now, that may look funny, but people have become creative on the one side, but on the other side, look at the business. In fact, now more than advertising on the television, companies are advertising on YouTube, Facebook, and other social media. So therefore, the point that I'm trying to say is the whole aspect of the way we lead our life has changed. Whether it is work, whether it is study, whether the behavior of entertainment, everything has changed. So about job, I said one word I just like to stress here: degrowth. People already started speaking about it, which simply means reducing the production. And why? There is less demand. And if this really cycle stays for a long time, it's going to be disastrous for the economy, and it will also have the effect on everything else, like our courses, our jobs in the future, etc. Now, what is this new normal I'm talking about? Again, a very symbolic picture I'm trying to really share here. Of course, we speak about washing hands, working from home or online delivery. In fact, many people now, youngsters, prefer to stay at home only. They never want to go and buy anything. Every transaction is done online. So in brief, the world is temporarily closed for the last 6 to 7 months. We are not really able to move the way that we want. There are a lot of restrictions everywhere that we go. So let's really now just see what is this new normal. People speak about the new normal. Dr. Prasad said about, what is new normal. I think somebody is somewhere outside. So I would request that person to probably mute. Now, what is this new normal? Most of us prefer to stay at home from the safety point of view, and we wash hands frequently wherever you go. We don't want to communicate with outsiders, and if somebody is coming closer, we look at that person with suspicion. We of course handshake, completely no. And wearing a mask everywhere, people say it is so horrible, and we can't really breathe. And online purchases are tremendous, a big increase on that. And social distancing, quarantine, these are words which we have never heard about. So this is what we are really trying to talk about, the new normal we are saying. In simple terms, the way we lead our life, how we live at home, outside, workplaces, everything has changed under the term new normal. And again, for you to imagine, we never have been so disciplined like this. Indians have never known this way. In fact, I still remember an incident when I had been to a foreign country. I had to get, for a conference, I had to get into a bus. So I was just waiting, like others, in a bus stop. When the bus came, I just got in. Then somebody from backside, they shouted, "Hi." And I looked back, people were all standing in the queue as soon as the bus arrived. I was the only monkey who got into the bus without following that, the system of standing in a queue. Maybe, I don't know, we are used to that kind of rushing and, pushing that way. But COVID has taught us a new kind of a discipline. We're not anymore that way, pushing and pulling, but there is a lot more discipline in the public space. So new normal definitely has brought changes also in our behavior. And we are just actually changing from the old way of life to a new way of life. So again, I just put really some symbolic pictures, but I'm saying all aspects of our life, it has changed. And I also am showing a small picture below. Now, in this new normal, people are a lot disturbed, gloomy, frustrated. Is it the end of the tunnel? For me, no. There is, new way is different, but we have to prepare ourselves for that. Maybe the next 30 minutes or so, I'm only trying to share a few insights to the students, how we can prepare ourselves to really break this end of the tunnel, find a new light. So let's move on. So life has become terribly online and monotonous. It is a routine now. To the extent that, this is one picture I'm showing. In fact, a marriage took place online. The husband was in Kerala and the wife was in Maharashtra. And, they completed the marriage formality purely online through the mobile. So we have taken the life, our culture, way of life, to that extreme of having things online. And what happened to us, particularly education system? And I don't know when we are going to really reopen. Our students are putting messages, sir, when are we going to come to the college? And, I'm just giving a statistics. To me, statistics not important. But look at India, we have more than 1,000 plus universities, 42,000 colleges, and 39 million students in the colleges, leave alone the schools. But all are closed now. Very few students who are unable to really have some kind of connectivity, they are in the campuses, that very rarely. So otherwise, all our educational institutions are closed. Now, what has happened? Our learning has become this way. Learning is taking place anywhere. I don't know now, when some of you are really switching on, either listening to me, I think you are in different places. Maybe somebody is in kitchen, somebody may be probably in your office, somebody may be traveling. See, learning is now anytime, anywhere. Just like this KG children now, we have put them also part of this online learning. Now look at this picture. I was moved by this teacher. He's from West Bengal, very close to the capital. In his village, he's a teacher. There was a problem of network connectivity. He could not reach out to his students. So what he did, he found that, upon the tree, when he reached there was a proper connection. Connectivity was good. So every day morning, he will pack his food and he will climb the tree. He will reach on the top of the tree. Look at that, how he has really built a small place to sit on it. And then he will take classes till evening. Marvelous. In fact, I say teachers are also now COVID warriors. Just like equally, in fact, you would have seen many teachers have lost jobs. They are selling vegetables and they have become laborers. And, it is a sad thing. But however, they are trying hard to, keep the connection with the children or the students. So this is just a kind of a way forward, how we need to look forward to the new normal. And we are all caught unaware. How many of us were used to this kind of, in fact, it took me for 5 minutes, I kept, another laptop, standby. Probably I was not sure whether, it will create a problem. But I just like to only, tell you, all of us were unprepared for that. And that is why these technical problems and reaching out to people. So there are so many issues. So now we are slowly moving online because there is no other way. In fact, many universities abroad, they have gone for the entire academic year online. If you remember, the president of USA, Trump said, if you are offering courses only online, the foreign students will have to vacate and they have to go. But the court later said no. So these are things, almost everywhere we are caught unaware. And look at our students, how they are attending, online classes. The way that they like, at their own pace, at their own places, wherever they are comfortable. So this is a change which we need to really accept now. Now, what has happened to our students? See, in the last 3 to 4 months, especially after the lockdown was over, from the month of May onwards, what is our students going through? No structured routine. There is nobody to monitor at home. They sleep for 10 to 12 hours. They get up very late and they get onto their mobile or they watch TV, social media. Of course, TikTok, if it is gone also, some other apps have come. But they have not really concentrated on studies even now. Many are saying that, sir, it's not interesting. When are we going to come back to the campuses? So this is what their coping mechanism, their mobile phone and their sleeping routine. Beyond that, actually, there is nothing that they are doing. And what do they miss? Their daily routine of moving out of home, traveling, coming to the college exams. Sometimes students may say that exams are boring, but they like it in a way coming here and probably even trying to look at the other person, copy a little bit, I don't know, on their candy meeting, small, chats, wishing the matcha, all that real conversation, they are really, really missing. Their team activities and, probably in inter-college competition and campus placements, or somebody getting a job offer, so much excited in the month of April, May, June, joining a job, my God. Our students are really, really missing many such fun. And what are their concerns now? Mainly, especially, I'm just keeping the students in mind. And this academic year, how will it go? Will be able to complete the syllabus? Will I be able to study? I'm not able to receive the online classes. I've seen, when we conduct live classes, probably 50 to 60% of students attend, but others, they say, sir, sorry, please send the video. We are not able to connect. And how will you face exams when you come back to the colleges if we are getting only less than a month and they are not able to concentrate because there's a lot of stress? And some of the final year students who got placements, the offers are withdrawn. And many children, they are not paid the fees and they are saying we'll drop out. And will I fail? And they are worried about their parents. And many say, "Ee varshave barbekitta corona." Say, "Namma batchige idu barbekitta." Now, these are things which are there inside them, but there is nobody to listen to them. So that's why probably a few teachers who are also present here, I think there is a real disconnect. And that's why I said I compliment these kind of initiatives by colleges. Not that Clive is speaking, but definitely somebody is reaching out to them. At least a few things could be of some use to them. Now, the biggest casualty because of this lockdown or whatever you call it is a mental health. And people say the next global crisis is going to be mental health. And we spoke about the lockdown, but we are going to really face a very big mental health crisis because of the isolation, loneliness, stress, depression, etc. And in fact, this is from one of the newspaper survey. Many students said that they don't want exams, and they really, hate, studying right now because they want to come to colleges, see teachers, interact with them, and they want to learn that way. So what do they say? Online classes, only very few, sir. What about the weak students? We are not able to follow. And I think I may drop out. See, they are, in fact, one student is saying, every day we are hearing so many people are dying. Teacher, will I also die? Now, these are real concerns of students. There is something deep inside every day. That question keeps on, coming up to them, but there is no answer for that. Now, interestingly, during this 5-6 months, what has happened? The students have formed some new habits. The daily routine is totally broken. They are spending more time on the mobile phone, more time on sleeping. They get up late, they sleep late, less conversation, less socialization, more texting, and more consumption of time on the TV, addition to games. And what has really happened? I have put here a clinic called Shut Clinic. This is being operated in Nimhans, Bangalore. It's called Service for the Healthy Use of Technology. Children who are addicted, students who are addicted to mobile games, computer games, etc. Initially, they had about 10, 15 children coming. Now they are saying it is hundreds. Because there is a huge amount of addiction among children because of this staying at home. So this is what we call in the new normal, one of the major changes, the students have formed new habits. Now the next slide is quite interesting. Psychologists say it takes about 21 days to form a habit and 66 days to stay as a habit. I am sure our students have formed new habits that will stay for a long, long time. Because now it is almost 6 months, not just 2 months. Please understand. So the habits are already there. Now teachers, we need to break it. Students, I'm going to now talk to the next part of it, how we need to take steps to break these habits. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very dangerous. Now, nothing will be the same again. Please, in the new normal, don't expect, by the month of December, January, February, people are not really hoping that soon. It may take 1 year or 2 years to get back probably to not normal, something close to normal. Life will not be the same again. Look at that person carrying the bag, and wherever you go, mask. And many of us, we keep also, sanitizer with us and 1 or 2 spare masks with us. So therefore, life will not be the same. And work from home is going to continue. And in fact, big companies have said, Google, Microsoft, 1 year only working from home. So there is no change from that new normal. This is going to be the normal. Now, how do we adopt the new normal? Let us really take a small look at a visual. I think it's probably in this laptop. It's not playing. I just like to, if possible, I just like to show it to you. If I can just. I hope you could see, but I'll play it again. Yeah, I'm sure we had a small message from that. I hope you understand. This is a typewriter kind of a mood. So before Corona, if we were in a different mindset, just like people using the typewriter, that lady got so much used to the typewriter, there's a lever there. After every line, you have to move it. Though she shifted to computer, but she was unable to change her mindset. Now, all of us who are here now, connected now, please understand, we also need to change the mindset. We may have to come from the typewriter probably to the new mode, what we call the online. Let's not be negative. In fact, you would have heard this small little anecdote. Once a grandfather was telling his grandson, my dear grandson, there are 2 wolves inside my head fighting, terribly fighting. Then the grandson asked, Grandpa, which wolf will win? And he said, both are very powerful. One wolf is, full of, jealousy, negativity, and, anger, frustration, that kind of a very negative one. The other one is full of love, kindness, compassion. Okay, Grandpa, but which one will win? Then Grandpa said, which one you feed? Dear students, even in this situation, I have put my title, Adapting to New Normal with Resilience and Hope. We have a choice. Don't say, Yaake nambe batchig barbeku. Yaake namma urali barbeku. There is no choice outside. But we can make a choice even in this most difficult time. So don't feed the negative wolf. Anger, frustration, inferiority complex, but feed this one, positivity, love, kindness, compassion, helping others. Now, here I am just also trying to put you through a small concept called VUCA. Now, after Corona, people are speaking about this VUCA more from the management. What is that? This situation is called volatile, means not clear, uncertain, we are not sure. Ambiguity, future ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, complexity because too many things here. Now together it is called a VUCA concept. Now are we ready to really face this VUCA concept? We have no choice except to accept it. So it is volatile, there is no really clarity on that, it is uncertain, there is ambiguity, and there is a lot of complex problems because of Corona. We have to change. Even in this most difficult time, please thank God, we are really lucky. This is one picture which disturbed all our conscience during the lockdown. See, the migrants were shifting from one place to another. They are walking. They are even taking the dead bodies on their head. And this is one case where a mother passed away in the railway station. The little child was waking up not knowing that the mother passed away. Now, I just like to really tell, considering all these difficulties, we are really, really lucky. Please thank God. I always tell this little small example. Once a mother was taking a little boy for shopping, They finished shopping. They're returning back home. On the way, this boy saw a shop. And he was so tempted by the different colors of chocolates. He said, Mama, please, one chocolate. Mother said, nothing. My money is over today, no more shopping. But the boy, sat on the road, started crying. And mother said, no way. But he did not move. She was so embarrassed. He took him to the shop. Okay, you take whatever you want. I'll pay money tomorrow. And this boy again was crying continuously. Then the mother asked, why are you crying? Take some chocolates. The boy did not listen. And seeing all this, the shopkeeper took some chocolates from one box and gave it to the boy. The boy, took both the hands and he started moving. Then the mother asked a question to this boy on the way. Okay, my dear child, in the beginning you were crying, accepted. But I told you, you can take the chocolates. Why did you cry again? Then the boy said, Amma, look at my hands. If I had taken with one hand, I would have got 2 or 3 chocolates. But this shopkeeper had a big hand and he gave me so many. Both the hands are full. Please, my dear students, understand, God is so kind to us. He never calculates. If we are today listening to this thing, we are all connected. We are much better than many other people on the road because of this COVID-19. So let us really be grateful. That's my first thing. Let's not complain. Let's not look for happiness outside. There was a man who was selling tea. He was a very busy, salesman in a tea shop. But after about 11 o'clock one day, he had a headache. So he went to a nearby medical shop and asked, sir, please, for me, I'm having a terrible headache. Give me a tablet. And the boy gave a tablet. He took it with little water. Then he noticed the owner of that shop was missing. And he asked the boy, where is your owner? Then the boy said, sir, he also had terrible headache, sir. He went to the nearby tea shop to have a tea. Now this is life. Please don't look for any happiness outside, comfort outside. Outside things we cannot change. Yesterday it was raining heavily, but today it is pleasant. I can't really change it. But what I can do is, I can be grateful for today. Today, beautiful sun. Where I'm sitting now, I can see the sun. Now what, please, I request the first thing, adopting to the new normal is, my dear students, write a gratitude journal. Every day you write, morning, what are the things that you are grateful for? I'm living today. I'm a student today. I'm able to study something. Please, there are many things you can be thankful. In fact, during this COVID, many of us lost our relatives or we are hearing such news, but I'm still alive. So this is the first reaction or response that we should have to the new normal. And you get to know who has been swimming naked only when the tide goes down. I hope you understand. This is by one of the richest man in the world, Warren Buffett. You know what he says, when the water goes down, only then we'll know how difficult the problem is. So let us not really assume things. Assuming is, as you say, you are making an ass of you and me. Don't go by what is outside. Reality is different. If you are preparing yourself, please understand, you are going to get a very good job. So let us not go by assumption. Nam life alla hoytu mugittu innu enta job illa, college alla close agutte, factory alla close agutte, nothing like that. We are going to have new type of jobs. So let us not be really turned down by the assumptions. In fact, one of the dangers of assumption is this. If you have all seen the film Titanic, it's a beautiful film. It won many Oscars. We have not seen the accident. It took place in 1912. It was a, fancy ship journey. But look at what happened, the accident. More than 1,500 people lost their lives. You know why? Because there was an iceberg, but the captain or the people who were taking the ship, they thought it was only a small one, but it was a big one and it hit and, the ship broke, water came inside, people lost their life. Therefore, let us really not go by assumption. Let us check the reality. And this is a beautiful thing I just wanted, the next part. Please be positive at any point of time. there are two, very old people, sick people in a hospital. And one of the man was very close to the window. And he was always telling stories to the other man, saying that there is a road, there is a park, children are playing there, there is a music band which they are playing music. And the other man will feel really happy listening to these stories. One fine morning, this man did not tell anything, he was dead. So all the hospital staff came, they removed his dead body. And then the other man said, excuse me, can you move me to the next bed close to the window? They moved. When he went to the close to the window, he found that there was nothing outside except a blank wall. Then he called the nurse, excuse me, madam, I don't see anything there except a blank wall. Why is that? He was telling all lies. Then the lady said, sorry to tell you, your neighbor who died yesterday, he was totally blind. He wanted to keep others happy even in his last moment. And this should be the attitude. Please understand. The second attitude is look at the things positively, not the way that people speak about negatively. And we have to be ready for a change in the new normal. If we are still comfortable with the notes, we are comfortable with the old kind of a classroom system, I'm sorry, we are not really going to be ready for the new normal. Are you ready? Because, look at the statistics, 65% of today's students will not get the jobs that are existing today. They are all going to be the new jobs. So let us be ready for a change. So my question is, are you surviving or thriving? The choice is yours. If you are just surviving, corona bittu hodre sari, corona bittu hogatte. But what about me? Am I ready for the next level of life, the new normal that we are talking about? So thriving is, even after all these difficulties, I'll do well. But if I have to do well, now I have to prepare. Now what am I doing for that? This is what we have to do. We have to follow what is called learn new things, unlearn old things, and relearn certain old things again. If you are not doing this, please, my dear students, we are not going to face the next level of new normal with confidence. So let us be ready for a change. I'm sorry. And when we speak about this new normal, see, our brain is used to some routine. Now, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಬ್ರಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನೀವು ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚಿದ್ರು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಯಾವ್ದು ರೊಟೀನ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪು ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. It will be, like a blind person, we can do everything. But if when there are changes, it causes some stress. Namgu ade agidu. Colleges are closed, we are not able to go outside, we are not able to meet our friends freely. So there is some kind of a disturbance in the brain. But look at the studies, psychological studies, what they are saying, our brains can take the new things also. ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ಅದು ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಈಸಿ. So please, this is a reality and we have to be ready for a change. Let us practice new things. Now what are the new things? Probably next 10 minutes also, I'll try to talk to you. So when this change, new normal is taking place, first thing was, it was just like a rain, you're unprepared. Now ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೊಡೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, we get wet. It was okay, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕೊರೋನಾ. But once we know in the 6 months, we have to be now ready with an umbrella. We protect ourselves, we also prepare ourselves for the future. So that is a step I am now going to talk to you. Please don't say life now, ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ, ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ. Don't do that. We have to now take what is important. Take these wheels. The wheels are maybe new knowledge, new way of technology, new skills that are required for the next new normal. Now, please, for most of us, the biggest problem is our own habits. Let us be ready for changing the habits. Now, this is something which I just showed it to you. Now, when you are, talking about a change, many of us are scared. Agata nanige kalilike agata. Many teachers are scared. Many students are scared. Yes, it is possible, but provided we have an open mind to learn from others. Young children, you are brilliant. Many of you, namginda tumba brilliant idira. Nimma generation. You can learn very quickly, but please first prepare yourself for this adaptive mindset. Now, if you are just talking about the same old thinking, same old research, for example, when you go home today or you are at home, evening now, stove alli ಒಂದು ಪಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಾ ಪೌಡರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇವೆ, and we also switch on the stove. And if you are expecting from these three combination, tea powder, sugar and milk, biryani to come, I think we have to be admitted in a mental hospital. We are not normal. Same habit you are expecting from the ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ I think we are actually abnormal. So we need to change the habit to have the better results. Just like I always tell this one, a frog, which just falls into water, initially ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ because it is very warm, but after some time it becomes very hot, it wants to come out, but by the time the skin starts peeling off, it dies in the hot water. In the same way, please, my dear students, all of us are fallen into the hot water. This is the COVID has taught this lesson. But you need to just jump out, learn new things, let us prepare ourselves. Otherwise, we will be left behind. I'm not saying we'll die, but we are not prepared for the future. Just like this, I always tell the young students, see, the elephant is not held because of the rope. But ಅದು ಏನನ್ಸ್ತದೆ, ಸಣ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. But even if you leave it free, it won't run because it is thinking that it is tied by a rope. So in the same way, our old beliefs, we need to change. We should be ready for that. Please don't give these excuses. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇದರ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಲಿತೇವೆ, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. No, it's not possible. Please remember, I'll be putting probably the last few slides are that your mode of interaction, you are not going to face any more face-to-face interview, all online interview. Your application is going to be online, and almost even after that your working is going to be online. So therefore, if you're saying no anda kalsilla nanaga agudilla, then nobody is going to give us a job. The Ambassador car even today is one of the strongest car, but they stopped the production a few years before because it refused to change its design. So let's be ready for a change. A ship is in the harbor, it is very safe, but the harbor really kalla ship has to go into the water. So let us really ready for a lot of online things. So I think only two options we have: adopt or perish. If you are not changing, we'll really be left behind. We can't blame others. What is adaptability? We are talking about adapting to new normal, the ability to change. Situation bandaga nam flexible agiruttevalla, that is what is called adaptability. I always ask people this one: when was the last time you did something for the first time? ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಒಂದು 6 months ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, I tried this online methodology, and if you're not done anything, I'm sorry, I think we have I just in fact I had a question. I think probably it comes a little later. Don't be in your comfort zone. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೇನೆ, ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ, world won't change for us. We have to come out of our comfort zone. See, as Darwin said, it's not the strongest people will survive, people who are ready to change. Please be ready for a change. And this is a beautiful slide which I like. Let us prepare for surfing, not a tightrope walk. It is really beautiful. Surfing, and they're excited. We are actually getting into the sea. We are taking a lot of dives. We learn new skills. We come out stronger. But the tightrope, tumba fear, and finally we'll fall. Please, I request, don't go with that mindset. ನಾನು ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. No, please get into the surfing mode. I will learn new things. I will challenge. I will start a business. I will get a job. That is really important here. I usually ask, I don't know if students, you are able to unmute, you can speak also. How many online courses you have done? Is there any student who would like to respond? Will I take just about another 5 minutes now, students? Is there anybody who would like to respond to this question? Is there somebody who has gone through some online courses? Would you like to unmute and speak? Anyone? Are you with me? Any student who would like to say, sir, yeah, somebody is unmuting. Please speak. Sir, yeah.
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಕೇಳುತ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಯುಡೆಮಿ.
ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು?
ಮಾತಾಡುದು ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ.
ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ MS ಮಾಡುದು ಈಗ.
ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
ನಾನೀಗ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಯುಡೆಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್.
ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈಪರ್ ರಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು.
ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ? ಆರ್ ಯು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಾ? ಡು ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್? ಹಲೋ. Anyway, in fact, I just like to tell you, I think he has muted himself. Thanks for sharing. Last week there was one news item I read in Kerala. There was a felicitation function. Obran honor madidru student anna. Ee student avulu 100 online courses madidare in the last 4 months. 100 online courses, and most of them are from foreign universities. So we may say, well, simply Agatha, yes. So now I am sure this girl is terribly ready for the next level. So I just want to tell you, my dear students, innu late illa. There are so many free courses possible. Let us attend webinars. Let us attend online classes. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. There are many free courses. So let us keep our Google Calendar busy. Today this one, tomorrow that one. I think that is what we are supposed to do to prepare ourselves for the new normal. I think I'll just try to conclude. So please, now we have to rewire our brains for a change. ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು ರೀವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. So that is very important at this point of time. That's what I said. Relearn, unlearning and relearn. Keep this in your mind. Please be flexible. From the fixed mindset, go for a growth mindset. Fixed mindset ನನಗೂ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗೀತು. ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸೆಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನನಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಲಿತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Many are doing that. So that's called a growth mindset or a maker mindset. What we call in the future, what is required is this inventor. ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ IIT ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Many people are students are inventing new type of mask, new type of sanitizer dispensers. ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಅವರದೇ ಐಡಿಯಾ. So this is what is required, to really in the new normal. So look at that one. I'm just giving you a kind of a picturization. This is innovation mindset. ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ think ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. So this is a small example in Kerala where they have in the shops robot welcome ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. They also give the instruction ಒಳಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ. This is the new normal. This is a small video. I think it may not play here. Next, look at the innovation. Wild craft, ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದು ಲಗೇಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಇಂದದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Now wild craft, they are producing a lot of masks. So they have changed, they have adopted. Now we also need to adopt ourselves. I just come to this probably towards the end. Now I think the most important point at this time is, I wanted this somebody to answer, but I'll just only ask it. I ask a question now. How many of you can sing? I think many of you probably immediately will withdraw. Now please, in the new normal, what is important is through your reflection, identify your strength. ಈಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರದು ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರದು ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಒಬ್ರು ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸಿಕೊಡು, ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೆನರಾ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಎ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. Now I'm only trying to say, many of us have some strength, but during this time, let us understand what is my strength. Otherwise, just like in this story, I tell the students, see, this is a small story where a chicken hatches some eggs. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋಳಿದ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ, ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ it was an egg of an eagle. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ಕೋಳಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆಯಿಂದ ಕೋಳಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಈಗಲ್ಸ್ egg, eaglet comes, a small one. But they're all going behind the chicken. One day, this eaglet, small one, it looked up and saw there is a big bird flying. And all the chickens said, shut up. That is called the king of birds. We call it an eagle. That was the last day the eagle looked up in the sky. It never, made an attempt to fly. My question to you is, do you think this eagle had a capacity to fly? I may not, take your time, but I want to give a brief answer, yes. But why it did not fly? It died like a chicken later because it was not knowing that it was an eagle. My dear students, please don't become chicken sitting at home. Many of you can fly to any part of the world. The world is yours today. And all what you need to do is you have to prepare yourself, know your strength. And this is something that, I would not like to spend more time, but only few seconds. Here you can see in this table, many of us don't know who we are. Open yourself, ask others, your teachers, your friends, hey, ನನ್ನ strength ಏನು? ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ? And you will really do well. So I think I'll just skip now due to time factor. So these are the small concluding part I'm just trying to say. We need to have these skills. What is required today is the digital skills. You need to know operating a computer, otherwise no jobs. We need to really lifelong learning. You need to have the innovative mindset. And don't worry if I, fail in one thing. I always say, if my plan A fails, there are 25 other alphabets out of 26. So we can always have options. I would like to give one or two examples while I'm just trying to conclude. This is one example I love to be. In fact, even yesterday, I just trying to have a snap with this girl because almost they are going away from our college. This girl cannot stand. Her name is Sarah. She's from our college. We changed all the classrooms to the down floor. Our principal was very kind for that. And I would like to tell you that the students really were so inspired by her. She comes with a walker, but she's so good. She can speak well, she can sing well, and there are so many students to really help her to get into the classroom or get into the lab. This is, I'm saying, an example in spite of difficulties, but I'm able to really serve, not just survive, I'm thriving. So therefore, many examples this is one example I can give you. I met this girl long back, maybe about 15 years before in one of my programs in an MSW class. And I suddenly surprisingly found she didn't have hands, but she was writing with her legs beautifully. And I just like to really, so many examples we can take in life. So please, what I'm trying to say is, let us not worry about the difficult times that we have. But we can really prepare ourselves for so many other jobs that are going to come in the future. And just like what I call option B, this actress, she went through the cancer and she's a cancer survivor. She tells her success story. It is painful, but we can always come back stronger. This is what is called, one more word I used in my topic, resilience. Means coming out stronger. Yene kasta idru mattu vapas life alli, what we call option B. It's a beautiful book written by Cheryl in Facebook. She lost her husband. Adru shock in the ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 1 year ಆಯ್ತು, but she says that pain I wanted to overcome, and she wrote this book and she became a successful author. So these are things I'm just talking about to tell us life is not ending with this corona. There is a lot more we can really do. So please don't worry. Please don't worry. I always ask you, do you have a problem in life? Yes. But can you do something if you're worrying? No. Then why do you worry? Let us not worry. Let us look for some action. Reactive and proactive means ಹೊರಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರುವ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದು ಎಂದ ಚೊರೆ ಮಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುದು ಒಂದು. But proactive is I'll take an umbrella and walk. That is my response. So in the same way, corona is there, COVID is there. Let us not blame the corona, COVID, government or anybody. Let us prepare ourselves. Just like this Jharkhand teacher, one teacher, ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಒಂದು ಲೌಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. So this is what we need to do, even in the toughest of our time. So let's just now, I think conclude. I've taken my time. So these are some of the, very excellent academic exercises, the future of jobs. What really are the jobs that are going to come? In consulting, in mental health, counseling, customer care, social media influencers, digital marketing. Now things are going to be digital. So we need to have these skills, emotional intelligence, which simply means we are aware of our emotions. We don't get frustrated. We don't shout at people. We also feel compassionate for others, empathy for others. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. That is what is required in future. And what is really required right now is your crisis management skill. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓಡುವುದಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುವುದು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವುದಲ್ಲ. Okay, there's a crisis. What am I going to do with that? So these are the skill sets required, my dear students. Please develop it. That is, you have to be digitally connected as a team, ready for a change. Keep on learning every day. Every day one webinar, every day, every week one online course, and the problem solving skill. And digital literacy is very important. Please network with your seniors, somebody else. Please talk to them. What jobs I can get? What should I do? So these are all, in fact, when you complete your degree, probably in April, May, June, this is what you're going to do. You have to apply online. You will have an online interview, and definitely your Facebook, profile, they will extract, and they will try to understand what kind of a person. Don't put dirty pictures on your Facebook, pages. Everything they will extract, and your job depends on this digital footprint. So let us be ready for that. I think I just want to conclude here. The last part. So let's stay connected. This example I would like to give you. This is a big tree. Redwood tree is very 350 feet in the height. Look at that one. The vehicle tree ಒಳಗೆಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. But ಈ tree, the roots ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. It's very small, very small. But how do they stay connected like this? ಒಂದು ಮರದ ರೂಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮರದ ರೂಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. So the future is this, please understand. New normal is digitally we are connected for learning, for giving, for sharing. If you are able to develop that, I am sure life will be very smooth. ಯಾವುದೇ pandemic ಬರಲಿ, 1920s ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಒಂದು pandemic, people survived, world has again developed so much. So let us, just like this bird, ದೊಡ್ಡ bird ಅದು ಒಂದು crow ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ. And initially tries to disturb, but when it is moving up and up, that crow cannot go up and it falls down. In the same way, let us go up and up. Any distraction, any difficulty should not disturb us. Please, my dear students, this too shall pass. Tunnel, railway track ಅಲ್ಲಿ tunnel ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು end ಬರುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ light ಇರ್ತದೆ. So our life also will be different after this COVID. Let us be hopeful. So as I said, when things are bad, remember, it won't be always this way. Take one day at a time. When things are good, remember, it won't be always this way. Enjoy every moment. ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಒಳ್ಳೆದಿದೆಯೋ enjoy ಮಾಡಿ. Don't go into negative. And this is resilience. ಥಾಯ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೋಚ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಕೋಚ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋದಾಗ ಅದು ಕೇವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟರ್. ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 17 days ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲದ ಸರ್ವೇ ಆಗಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Pure mental strength. That is what is called resilience. So let us be positive. One day or day one, you decide. ಬರ್ಲಿಯಪ್ಪ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ one day one is today I am going to really start my action. I am going to learn an online course. Which step? First step is this. Then after 3 months, you'll say, I've done it, sir. Thank you so much. So that is how our spirit has to be. I think I just conclude with a small little story. It's a beautiful story of a father and a son. They are having a journey into a desert. Our ದಾರಿ ತಪ್ಪಿತು, and they all their water, food ella ಖಾಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು. Then the son said, Papa, now we are going to die and we have lost the track. Then the father said, no son, we will walk, we'll see another place, we'll get water, we'll get food. ಮಗ ಹೇಳಿದ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. And they were feeling really, really horrible. The hot sun, and the leg was paining and thirsty. After some time, they saw a tomb. ಒಂದು ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಯಾರು ಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟೋಮ್ ಇದೆ. Then the father said stupid, will a dead person, can he bury himself? Is it possible? So there is a village nearby, we will walk. After 1 kilometer, there was a village. People gave water, people provided food. Please, my lesson, my message is also, please, resilience and hope is just this. This is a difficult time, no doubt, but please have hope. There are wonderful days, beautiful days waiting for us. So I think on this note, I would like to conclude. Remember, my dear students, colleges are not closed. College buildings are closed. And the teachers and the staff are working harder than ever. I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. I also want to thank you for this patient listening. Thank you so much, Dr. Dugappa, Dr. Prasad, the entire IQAC team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful to Dr. Robert Clive, sir, for your sharing opinions, strategies, and tactics about adapting new normal life with confidence and hopes. Once again, thank you so much for your precious time spent with us. Finally, we are done to wind up these sessions. I invite Dr. Sunita V, Associate Professor of Sociology, to do vote of thanks.
Shall I start? Okay, good morning to all. I'm very much privileged to extend heartfelt thanks to all who are involved in this great seminar, webinar on adapting to new normal with resilience and hope. Firstly, I would like to thank our respected principal, Professor Balakrishna Hegde, for his support to organize this kind of webinar. Thank you, sir. And I also extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Prasad Rao, head of the Department of English, for his very nice leadership remark. Thank you, Prasad sir. On behalf of our college, IQAC unit, and also Department of Sociology and Social Work, I extend a sincere thanks to resource person of this great webinar, that is Dr. Robert Clive, Associate Professor, Department of Social Sciences, Crossland College, Brahmava. Thank you, sir. Really, you enlightened us about adapting to the new situation created by the pandemic corona. Thank you once again, sir. And also, we the faculties of Department of Sociology and Social Work, very much thankful to our IQAC coordinator of our college, Dr. Suresh sir, for his all kinds of guidance to organize this kind of webinar. Thank you, Dr. Suresh sir. And our sincere thanks to Professor Maybe Miranda Madam, IQAC coordinator, who has given all technical help to organize this webinar. And also, I am very thankful to Sharmila Haradi Madam, that is Department of English, for her active involvement in conducting this kind of webinar. Thank you, madams. And also, I am very happy to extend my sincere thanks and also heartfelt thanks to all the delegates, participant delegates, as all over the Karnataka, especially from Dharwad, Hassan, and also research scholars from Hampi, Kannada University, Hampi, and also Kuvempu University. And also, I'm very much pleased to thank to all the faculties of sociology and also social work in and around the Udupi and Mangalore district who joined us for this great webinar, especially to make some, to note some of you, that is Manjunath sir, Ribu Samuel madam, Sucheta Prasad, and many others who are with us for whole seminar. And finally, I'm very much, I'm immensely thankful to our faculty coordinators, that is Professor Raghav Nayak and Dr. Dugappa Kajakar, for organizing this webinar. Finally, I'm very much pleased to extend my vote of thanks to our students. This is one kind of a multidisciplinary webinar because the students from Commerce Department, Social Work, Sociology, Science, all students are the participants of this seminar. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you one and all, and especially thank you. Sincere thank to Mamata Madam, who is the moderator of this program, and also all the faculties, and the department, both the Department of Sociology and Social Work, are very much thankful to all our faculty, our colleagues of Government First Aid College and Center for Postgraduate Studies, Tankaniduru, for your kind support. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. Over to Mamata.
Please fill your feedback form and then you will get the e-certificate. It's available in the chat box. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.